Howdy folks, my name is Caden Jennings. Welcome back to the video, welcome back to the vlog. Today we are sanding properties, driving to Anchorage, slipping around on the ice, trying not to bust my ass. Got a few things going on when it comes to tonight, and one of them is sanding. See how icy it is right here. See how the light glares right off of it? It is super slick out here. All right, just pulled up at property number 2, set up the camera. Well, that is that. Got one more property to hit and then we're all done. All right, well, I've got more sanding to do tomorrow. I forgot to film my last property, but I've got more to do tomorrow. I gotta go home, go to bed. We've got a chamber meeting, we've got sanding, we got all that good stuff. I really love how this truck is performing. It leaks a little bit of oil, right? Down there, that's oil. It leaks a little bit of oil, but it gets the job done, right? I'm not putting more than 2,000 miles a year on this pig. So as long as it holds oil, it's got oil. I ain't mad about it. And the sander, man, working phenomenally. After Jewel did a couple of minor repairs to it this last year, it has been working like a charm. So I am gonna have them do a once over on it here soon just to make sure everything is working as it should. But as of right now, she is working good, boys. But see you guys in the morning. Alrighty, folks. Well, it is a new dawn. It's a new day here in Alaska. And we've got more sanding to do, like I said last night. We are very busy. There's calls left and right, emails left and right saying, I need sand, I need sand, I need sand. So, we got some more sanding to do. But first, I'm taking a Hellcat, I'm going to chamber. Good morning.
Good morning.
Just lunch for me.
By people in Alaska, we've had close to 200 just this year.
All right, that was chamber for today, and the lady there was talking about earthquakes and stuff, which was pretty freaking cool, I won't lie. But Hellcat. We are going to the shop now, and it is time for me to run into Anchorage. I have properties to sand. It's gonna be a long day for me. I'm not very excited about it, so time to get her done. In other news, it's not foggy here anymore. It was super foggy last night. You probably couldn't tell through that video there. It is not foggy anymore, which is really nice because driving in the fog here when it's super icy like this is sketch. You definitely don't want to be doing that. All right, let's see how much we still got in this thing. Oh, that should be enough. Get this baby open. All right, time to go to Anchorage. Well, my cover's kind of flying off there. I gotta hit the next exit and get this taken care of. I swear to God, this always happens when I go to Anchorage. I've retied this cover like 6 times to try and get it to sit tighter, but the elastic bands just keep stretching out. So it is what it is, I guess, but we're gonna get her fucking tied back up here in a second. Probably should tighten my straps while I'm out there too. I see one of them flapping around back there. Son of a... Bring this John to a nice stop right here. Perfect. This knot, I need to retie it again. That should work. Much better on the hanging there. It ain't all flapping around and I'm going about 70, so that should be fine. The cops are up there hanging out. Look at him. See him up there? Spying on the drivers up there. That's a copper. In Alaska, our coppers, they're allowed to hop on top of these bridges here and scope out any speeders, and it's a good spot because it's hard to see them. I almost missed that one, and you know, I let off the gas a little bit and we're all good, but you gotta watch out for these fucking cops up here, man, because they come out of nowhere and you'll get yourself a ticket real fast. Well, fucking it did it again. I gotta pull this thing off and fucking tighten the band. And I gotta put my truck in park. Okay, that should hold now. I don't know, but we'll see. Back to going 75 miles an hour. All right, good to go. All right, first property, we're at AutoZone in Eagle River. Gonna be getting all this turned on. Well, that is that one. I gotta get my camera off the back of the truck. I'm just gonna turn in here, grab it. AutoZone number 2, complete. Standing here at the attorney's house. Got it nice and covered. Super coated, snip and clip ice patrol. I gotta go move his truck back. Holy crap, this road I'm on is a freaking skating rink. I can totally... Check this out. Stepping on the brake, sliding to a stop. It is just an ice rink out here. That's so crazy to me. Watch this stop sign, I'm gonna slam on my brakes. Finally. Better put this bad boy in 4-wheel drive. Oh my God. Look at that. Just sheer ice. You can see the fucking sky reflecting off of it. Watch, I'm gonna slam on the brakes right now. Just nothing. So it is very, very slick out here, I should say, and I'm very scared to go to this stop sign right here because I'm afraid I'll slide through it. So I'm creeping. Just creeping on through up this way. Looks like I've got a shot. Let's go. That is scary. Scary when it's that icy. There's something I do love about sanding. Getting the big speaker in the truck, my little list on paper. When I sand, I use paper, it's easier. And just rolling around in the truck all day. I fucking love this shit. Oh shoot, somebody's having a bad day up here. Oh brother. Typical Anchorage for ya. Looks like her truck maybe stalled or something, but I don't know why she's in the road that way. 6-0, brother.
Said I saw you coming over, I don't need no hurry, but I'm ready when you are. She said,
There's a bunch of moose over there.
bring to life and we can.
Look at that. Heavy sand. Sanding is that easy, folks. I mean, pull in, pull out, drop it down, call it a day. Not a difficult job whatsoever. You know, I just made a video and posted it on Instagram and YouTube talking about, you know, why do you charge me $65 for sand? Well, here's the deal. I got a $10,000 piece of equipment in the bed of my $10,000 truck, which this was a cheap truck. We are gonna upgrade eventually to a brand new truck for sanding. You're paying $65 because I'm driving my ass out to your house. I am getting this filled up. I'm making sure it's dried. I bought a piece of equipment that makes it take me 25 seconds. I was on that property for 25 seconds sanding. And you know, if I came out there and did it by hand, I'd charge you $100. That's the reality of it. And it, you know, clients can go out, they can buy the $5 bags of sand at the store. You're gonna need 15 of them, 20 of them to spread as much as I spread. And it's gonna end up costing you probably the same amount, but it's gonna cost you time. You're gonna bust your ass probably. So it's easier just to call the pros. With this sort of service, you know, you're paying for expertise and you're paying for somebody who has the right equipment to get the job done quickly. It's like shoveling your driveway versus plowing your driveway, right? I can get in and out of your driveway in a minute with my truck and snowplow. It's gonna take you 2 hours to shovel your driveway with your snow shovel. You're gonna pay me 60, $100 to do your driveway, and you won't have to worry about it. And if you go out there by yourself and you spend your whole day clearing your fucking driveway, you're just wasting time. So what would you rather do? Pay a pro or do it yourself? That's my logic on the whole, you know, snow plowing situation, sanding situation, all that kind of stuff. People are just kind of stupid about it, I won't lie, and they think that $65 is a lot of money for this, but go do it yourself. See how long it takes you, see how many times you fall, see what happens. That's my logic. Well, I believe we're out of sand. Oh yeah, we're definitely on empty. Take a look at this. Nothing in there. Not a damn thing. Well, now I gotta fix my cover again. All right, all covered up, ready to go. Oh shit, I got competition. There's a few people here looking like they're waiting to get their sand trucks loaded up. But shit, I got a much bigger sander than all these guys, so should be just fine. Oh yeah, there's 3 guys here waiting. Why are you pulling on the scale, you You gotta know the rules when you're at the scales, brother. You gotta wait for the other people to get their shit first. Then you pull on the scale. Come on, guys. Loader's over there getting people loaded up already. There's that guy who just got loaded and ready to go, and now we're on the list. It is actually freaking raining outside right now. Look at this. You can kind of see it on the windshield there. This is not good weather. It's good for sanding, which is fine, but this ain't no snowy weather, that's for sure. How are we?
Oh, hi, how are you?
Good. I am empty. Thank you. She rocks, as per usual. Let's go over here, get my top taken off, and then we'll be good to get the fuck out of here. Dude, it is seriously like pouring rain right now. That looks like a full load right there. He filled you up good. Rock and roll. That is a big, hefty load right there. Thank you! Rock on. I have no clue how much I got in there, but sure as hell feels like a lot. Oh yeah. That'll do the trick right there. That's a full load. She's telling me apparently a school bus tipped over today with the ice. That is horrible. I hope those kids are okay. We're at 14,000 pounds even. That should let me get a whole lot done. All right, you're the best. $78.05. There you go.
Have a great day.
You too, be safe. All right, well, you're probably asking, why am I done sanding? I actually have like 6 more properties that I need to do tonight, but I need to go to City Council. The Palmer City Council, the City of Palmer, is trying to get rid of the Palmer Golf Course. And if I'm being quite honest with you guys, I'm not okay with that whatsoever. I mean, like, not at all. So we're going down there to make sure that my voice gets heard about the whole golf course situation. And I didn't turn the lights off on the 6.0. You can see them in there. God damn it. So anyways, the city manager and city council are trying to ruin the golf course essentially, and I'm not okay with that. So we're going. Council meeting went well, and hopefully my editor is gonna ask me for the video. I did a public testimony, which you'll see here. My name is Caden Jennings, and I am,
Are you going to introduce your...
this is Kinley Joy. Don't scream, okay? So I'm a business owner here in the Valley, in Palmer, Wasilla, Anchorage as well. I do business everywhere, anywhere that pays me. And as a business owner, you would think that if you have an entity, kind of like he was saying, that's making money, and you have another entity that's not making money, you can either inject cash into the entity that's not making money, try to get it profitable, or you can inject cash into the entity that is making money and make it more profitable. You wouldn't charge people $5 a day to park an airplane there. Or I think it's $357 a year for a small airplane, something like that. The airport isn't run as a business, it seems. It seems like it's run as just, oh, well, you know, we're here to provide a place for people to put their airplanes, but we're not going to make any money off of it. The Palmer Golf Course has turned a profit for the last about 4 years, 5 years, I'm sure even more, but the numbers that are in the city's budget that went out shows that the last 4 years, which is what is on the budget, I believe it was $40,000, $60,000, $100 some odd $1,000, on and on and on. You would think that if you are running a business that's profitable, you would keep it. And you guys talk all about expanding the city so you can gain control over zoning and not allow certain things to come in, yet you want to expand the airport when you talk about not wanting to expand elsewhere. You wouldn't let a Walmart come in here, but you would expand the airport that doesn't have a control tower. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm just a business owner. That's my perspective on this. I think it's kind of silly. Wasilla is building a beautiful airport. They can grow. Palmer has always been a small town. When Walmart wanted to come in, everybody was like, oh no, we can't let this happen. So why would we expand an airport that has no means to an end here? People use the airport for fun here. It's not really a place of business. Obviously, we operate our forestry fire division out of there, which is important, but they've been operating there just fine. So that's just my opinion on the subject. You would think you'd want to run a profitable business and keep it operating instead of, you know, kicking it down the road and saying, see you never. Thank you.
Thank you.
Basically, what I was getting at with that public testimony is the Palmer City Council is attempting to expand the airport into the area that the golf course is. And it's a really big issue here, and I'm just very, very, very adamant about them not doing this because Palmer does not need a bigger airport, because they don't believe that Palmer is, you know, supposed to be big and crazy, you know, if you get what I'm saying. But anyways, we have more sanding to do. So I'm going back to the shop. It is currently 10:05 p.m. and 43 degrees outside. It is, well, that's not the actual temperature outside because I just pulled out of the garage, but it is warm out here. Stuff is not freezing, and so I am going to collect that sand money. So that's what we're doing. I gotta clean these headlights. Look how bad they are. Let me get this washed. Mucho bettero. All right, I'm gonna do everything in my power to not be behind any other vehicles to keep this as clean as possible, but I have a feeling that will not work out the way I want it to. I just realized some of you guys might ask me why I keep my sander inside. And the reality of it is this year I am not keeping a sand stockpile. Last year I had a stockpile at my grandpa's property. I would be able to empty the sand out of the sander every time I sanded and wouldn't have to worry about it. Well, this year I am not doing that. And so I gotta keep my sander inside to keep all my sand thawed out so it doesn't clump together and stop my sander from working. A video or two before this, you will see, I was in Anchorage and my sander got totally froze up and I had to drive all the way back out to the valley, thaw it out overnight, and then go back to Anchorage. So it's very, very crucial to keep this thing inside as much as possible so that way you don't have a sand freezing problem. That's also part of the reason I keep mine covered But as you saw earlier today, my cover is not working the way it's supposed to be. So I've got to figure out what's going on with that and see how I can get it fixed. All right, ready to rock and roll. I just realized I should probably clean my mirrors off as well, just while I'm here. The roads are not as wet as earlier, so. More hard work out here, another property finished. Keep on rolling. All right, you guys might think this is funny, but I don't know if you can see it up there. Up to the right, there's a house that is just gleaming on the mountain there. And now it's kind of hard to see. This house that's gleaming on the mountain is the one that we are sanding. Good client of ours. They used to own a bunch of daycare facilities here in Alaska, and yeah, now they live in this big $1 million house. So that's where we're going. Look at how beautiful that view is. That's the city of Palmer from way up here. Rock on, brother. Got her done. Being totally transparent with you guys, all right? Remember, I filled the sander earlier, $79. This driveway, I'm gonna charge him 250 bucks for. I probably use half my sander just to do this driveway. And you know what? Clients are willing to pay that up here. That's how this business works. You buy it low, you sell it high. I'm gonna sell this for 200 bucks. Or 250. I think I've billed them 300 before when I went a full sander on their driveway. Tell me in the comments below, do you guys think it's worth it? Also, if you haven't, 90% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. So, if you guys could, if you're enjoying my content, if you like what I'm making, the best way to support me is subscribe. I know that sounds silly, but I would greatly appreciate it. And you know, I work really hard and I don't ask you guys to give me any money. So if you could just subscribe, that would fulfill all of my dreams. So anyways, we've got a few more to do. So we're gonna stroll back across the city and back over to Wasilla. Oh my God, check this out. Hold on, let me turn the light on. Look at that. That's the entire city of Palmer down there. That is just amazing to me. But I am so high up right now. This is probably, I don't know, 1,000 feet in elevation, maybe more. You can see the entire city. Like if you were looking through my eyes, you could see every detail of the city. I can see the Fred Meyer sign, the Cars sign. I can almost see McDonald's. Like, I don't know. I love big city, like city view. I love, when I was in Vegas earlier in the year, I loved having that high city view, being able to see what was going on. But anyways, I digress. I've got a side mission. It's Amelia's birthday tomorrow, so I gotta get her some flowers, gotta get her some just little things because I am last minute as per usual. And I'm pretty sure this is what I did last year too. So that's what we're doing. Okay, it says Merry Christmas, but she knows what I mean. She likes Red Bull. Awesome. Goods are secured. Happy birthday, Amelia. I love you. Well, here's the aftermath. Almost an empty sander. So, just so you guys are aware, I sanded 5 properties with a full load, and I am billing out about $500 for that tomorrow. That is insane. That is a crazy profit margin, and even if I used a full tank of diesel in this truck, I'd still be profiting $350, which is crazy to me. So, where I was going with what I was just saying is, if you guys own a lawn care and snow removal business, a sander/salter is a really killer way to make some extra money with what you already do and with properties you already service. You'd be kind of an idiot not to do it. So, I use the Salt Dog Buyers Pro 3000, a 3-yard sander. It'll hold about 6,000-7,000 pounds of gravel in it. I usually get it loaded up with about 5,000 pounds, I want to say. Yeah, 4,820 pounds was how much I got. And I probably used 3,500 pounds of that. There's probably still, a couple hundred pounds. I totally didn't button my pants. My bad. I'm always wearing a pair of sweatpants under my jeans because I don't like to screw around with being cold. To finish off my point here, what I was saying, if you own a lawn and snow removal business, sander is a killer way to make some extra money. So in one night, I just screwed around I left the house I think at 9:30 and it is 12:13 right now. So I spent 2 hours out and I made profit probably $350. So that's pretty killer for 2 hours worth of work, and this is time when, as a snowplowing business, you normally wouldn't be making money. So I can't emphasize this enough. Get a sander, salter, spreader, and encourage your customers to get it done on their properties when it gets slick outside, because it'll save you from a lawsuit and it'll save them from breaking their backs, and you'll make some extra cash. So anyways, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Caden Jennings. This is Snip and Clip. This is me, my channel, my stuff. I'd really appreciate it if you guys subscribed. Again, I'm trying to grow this following, trying to grow this fan base so I can hopefully provide more beneficial content to you guys in the future. So I really appreciate all the support I've had. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one.
Peace.